This podcast is not for anything that's the usual thing, but I learned something. It's been a month since I learned it, and I didn't revisit it anytime after that, after the classes from where I learned it. But today I feel like I need to revisit it, not alone, but with all of you who are listening to this. Just a small reminder before we progress further. If you're listening to this right now, it means for some reason you were not able to take classes from where I took classes, but you needed this lesson. So if you by any chance you clicked at this podcast to listen to it till the end, because this is something that will change a person's life completely through their perspectives, not a real life-changing thing, but through your perspectives. And once you change your perspective, everything else changes. So there is some message in this podcast for you. So listen to it and then have a better life. None of these are things that I am doing, or none of these are things that I created on my own, but all of these are things that I learned. So here we go. I'm having a notebook in front of me. So whatever I'm reading it from my notes, so that you can get a better idea of everything that I'm saying right now. First, create your magic. The life you wanted is your magic, and when you say create your magic, you should first understand that magic isn't created, but you are your magic. So, as people, we have three things within us, three powers. One is power to desire, Icha Shakti. This is something from the Vedas. Second is power to think, Jnana Shakti. And thirdly, the power to take action or collaborate, which is Kriya Shakti. Kriya means task. So we all of us are here to live in the ordinary, but create the extraordinary. We are not here for a normal life. So when you're interested, you see your obstacles. When you're just interested in your life, everything interests you, then you see a lot of obstacles. But when you're committed to something, when you're committed to goals, you don't see obstacles. Instead, you see them as opportunities. Do what you need to do, even if it's boring. Because whatever excuses you see are not excuses. These are just fabricated illusions. The ones that we create to continue our behavior that doesn't take us anywhere. Your brain is a garden, and every night your connection refreshes. In a day we see a lot of things, but only the things that we really need is retained in your mind. Whatever is retained in your mind is something that you need. So this is done by a gardener. Scientifically we call it glial cells. So what they do is, whichever bonds are between the neurons are weaker, they cut the bonds, and whichever is stronger, they retain it. Just like how a gardener removes weeds, every unwanted connection in your life is automatically removed. The quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of your emotions. Ask yourself, are you having a lot of negative thoughts or positive thoughts? If you have negative thoughts, this is the time you need to reprogram your mind, rewire your mind to enable your gardener to remove any weeds. Understand? The power of your mind is limitless. But even if a limitless mind is eradicating certain information, it means it doesn't need value to you. You grow only when you put in 100%. 100% across 4 quadrants of your life. Physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental. The physical state of mind is your health. The way in which you're caring for your body. The one about your mind is your mindset, your thoughts. Mindset is not just about doing meditation or so. It's about the thoughts that you have in your mind, and mostly about what you consume. Because the kind of movies you see, the kind of books you read, the kind of people you interact with, within your home and outside your home, completely impacts your mind. And then emotions, what you feel. It's okay if you feel guilt. It's okay if you feel bad emotions. It's not on you. It's an outcome. And you, of all, do have the power to modify the outcome. And then spiritual. Don't get me wrong, spirituality and religion are two different things. I'm highly spiritual, but I'm a zero in religion. It doesn't add up. We all learn every day. Whether you choose to learn or you learn through your lessons, through your life. But we all learn. But when we don't learn deliberately, we learn things that are not needed. What did you learn yesterday? Did you learn the limiting thoughts? Discouragement? Did you learn that you are giving excuses? What did you learn? If you don't learn deliberately, you learn things that don't add value to you. So, change your internal focus and focus on your growth curve. There are two things in your environment and two different environments. Inner environment, which is you, your mind, your soul, your thoughts, and the way you see the world, and your external environment, like things, people, the place you live in, the events that happen to you, all of it. The first focus, the first change in life happens from your inner environment. Let us take an experiment. If you're filling a cup with water, after a point in time it overflows. Just like how your life becomes overwhelming, too much to handle. But what we need to learn is, if your cup is overflowing, you don't stop pouring water. Instead, you take a bigger cup. Similarly, expand your capacity. Close anything that's giving you limiting beliefs. I know it's easier said than done, but you can do it. When you upgrade, level up, and grow, when you deliberately learn with a consistent, committed way to your goals, you expand your capacity, you close all the cracks that are there, you cement your deformities so that you do not have leaks, you do not have drops, and you have higher capacity. Your cup is growing 1% every day. Now let's understand more about your brain. So a brain has three things: neocortex, and then the mammalian brain, and then the reptilian brain. The neocortex is a genius brain, the one that dreams, the one that goals, the one that plans, the one that strategizes, the one that thinks. And the mammalian brain, also known as your emotional brain, is the one that does it every day. Your everyday action, your everyday whatever you do is a mammalian brain. And finally, the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain is something that forms habits. If you take about why it's named the way it's named, the reptilian brain focuses on fight, run, freeze, and fawn, which actually means sometimes when we were young, that is centuries and centuries back, when we were living in the cave, the only thing that for us is a priority was to live carefree, and especially to actually safeguard ourselves from the wild animals. So the reptilian brain always focuses on the need to be fearful, the need to take yourself deliberately, and more than everything, the need or the requirement to keep yourself safe. So this removes any discomfort that you're facing. So even right now, any situation that puts you in discomfort, or whenever you think you need to accept a challenge, your reptilian brain says no. But you can reprogram it. You can tell your reptilian brain that it's okay. Only if I do this, I'll be able to grow. And I should be able to grow. So, your mind knows, your mind can think, it can have the information. And whatever it has, it creates an idea and sends it to your body. Your body does it. It experiences it. Sometimes it does get overwhelming, it does get difficult. There are limits, it's tough, it's hard, but do it with consistency and never give up. Because all of these becomes a habit, and your own habits or your permanent habits are what will help you to advance to your life. So ask yourself, what is currently going on? How is my current mindset? If you think you're getting a lot of bad thoughts, negative thoughts, or if your mindset is not good, understand this. Every thought that comes in your mind is not true. Just because you think these, it's not true. It's a mammalian brain. It's a reptilian brain. It's tough and it avoids it. If you say, I'll start tomorrow, I will not change, my situations are not right, he is not doing it, she is not doing it, then these are signs that you're in the survivor mode and not in the creator mode. Every change gets you tired, it gets you tempting, because your reptilian brain wants comfort, it doesn't want growth. A person has two forms, a survivor form, which is a reptilian brain, wherein you live in safety, comfort, you stop when it gets tough. You're the same old person, the past, same old habits, same old behavior, same old thoughts. And then you have the future, a creator mode. A creator mode is where the neocortex is active. You see future, you see growth, you see the unpredictable, and you really see that this is where the dreams and goals come in. Don't fear, don't procrastinate, just do it. Don't avoid your responsibility, just do it. Let me also tell you something else. You can't see the shore from the mid-sea. When you're swimming through something, take any task or life, you can't see the result immediately. It does take time. But just because when you're swimming in the sea, you can't see the next shore, doesn't mean the shore doesn't exist. It just means that you're sure you're headed that way and you see a beautiful island. I'm doing something right. That's why I'm getting the thought that it gets tough. Because whenever the thought comes, it's the time to head forward with full capacity and not to go back. Your mind says, you've been swimming so long, go back. But what it also knows is, if you swim harder, you will reach the place you wanted to be and you won't be in the old way. And your mind wants you to be in the old way. So again, ask yourself, am I interested or are you just committed? There is no if in here. If you're interested, you will celebrate the thought and move forward. Because that discomfort you're facing, it's not a discomfort. It's a symptom of a new milestone. Addiction isn't just drugs or isn't just something that's illegal. Similar thoughts, similar habits are all a sort of addiction. We consciously prioritize comfort. But what we do not know is, when it becomes a priority, your growth is drowned. So, before it subconsciously gets activated into your life, you should consciously choose growth. Because if your growth is there, you will swim to reach the island. When the same programs are repeated in your mind forms unconscious activities. It becomes an autopilot. You unconsciously choose to go back. You unconsciously choose to give up. But remember, you are supposed to be where you wanted to be in your life. There are thoughts, temptations that actually stop you, but those are signs to push harder, not to go back to being a survivor. But if you ask me, how do I break my comfort zone? Let me tell you this. You can't break your comfort zone. You can only expand it. Like you can only increase your cup's capacity. Your personality creates your personal reality. So, on autopilot, start feeling your emotion. Analyze the emotion. Ask yourself why you're feeling what you're feeling. What's make you do this? If you think there is something on the surrounding that actually needs to be changed, maybe your parents or your spouse or your children, your surrounding that needs to be changed, just ask aloud. I don't have the power to change this damn thing right now, but it's there. So what? I can't sit here cribbing. What next? This should be a formula. So what? What next? I can't change everything around me, but I can change myself. There is a song by Michael Jackson that I remember. The Man in the Mirror. If you want to make a world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. I'm starting from the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message has been any more clearer. If you want to make a world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. It's not just the outer world, it's your world. It's your life, it's your reality. Start your change from yourself. So, it's not just Gyan. I'm also giving you some ways to actually start changing yourself. So let me tell you this. The reptilian brain reacts to pain. So if there's something happening that causes you pain, it will not allow that to happen again. So there are two techniques that you can actually use and one thing that prevents it. 2 cure and 1 prevention. Let's check the cure first. So whenever there is a bad thought or whenever there is something that's going on inside your emotion that's bad, bite your teeth and ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how low or how high is it bad? Is it very bad or is it bad? If it's very bad, it's a monster thought. If it's very low, it's a mosquito thought. Mosquito, you can't just slap it and it dies. And a monster thought, you need to take it with care. And then there are also some thoughts that if you say that it's not right, it will be okay. That's a baby. So whenever you get a baby thought, something is very mad, you just do mollycoddle. A mollycoddle is nothing but you just tell the thought, oh no, this is nothing. You have been through something more harder, darling. So this is just nothing. Just fade it away. Don't just say it using your words. Believe it, trust it, and say it with conviction. When it's a monster thought, open your hand out there, stretch your hand in there, take the thought from your mind, put it in your palm, and smack it. It dies. It really does die. And if you're in a public place and if you think you can't do this, wear a rubber band on your wrist. Whenever there is this thought, stretch it and leave it. It causes you pain. Your reptilian brain will understand when this thought comes, you're causing pain, so the thought won't come again. Don't think this is something that's childish. Trust me, most of the times the answer in life are very simple. We all have an inner child, and the inner child is whom is having these fear, insecurities, or all of these thoughts. So if you get something right for your inner child, unconsciously you're getting it right for you, and we all know it. Your journey of transformation doesn't start from knowing it all, or it doesn't start from getting everything right. Your journey of transformation starts from being a victim. When you complain, when you have a lot of excuses, when you blame, when you think it's chaotic, when you think I'm not getting what's right. Because only when you are there, you will get awareness. You will know, these are my emotions, I feel it. Then you understand, why do I get these emotions? You validate. And then you get things that should be done. When you keep doing it, you become a champion. Trust me, being a champion is not when you get it right. It's when you start doing it right. Each one of us who are listening to this podcast till now spent 17 minutes. Okay? You can't understand it, right? You spend 17 whole minutes listening to it. You are a champion because you're doing it right. Because whatever you do it right, whatever you implement it, will make you a master in life. The universe is a gift granting machine. You get everything you wanted in life. But just like how you go to a restaurant, you need to place the right order if you want the right food. Similarly, ask the right things to the universe. Only then it will give you what you ask for. If you tell that I need a lot of money, I need a lot of love, I should get my family right. But deep down, if you believe that woman is toxic, she won't listen to me. Or whatever I do, they won't get it right. These are your thoughts that's prevailing. The universe would not get your order right. The universe doesn't understand your language. It understands the energy and the thoughts that you have deep within you. So order what you want, right from your thoughts, right from your energy, and you will get what you want. A vortex. A vortex is nothing but, it's like a whirlpool. Whatever is around it, it pulls within it. So become a vortex. Attract health, money, love, growth. Have clear intentions, elevated emotions, and match your vibration. Because I'm asking the universe, elevating my energy, raising my energy levels to receive abundance. There's no other way for the universe to give you what you ask for than anything else. It can't do anything else. You placed an order, now it should deliver. There's no other way around it. That's how it should work. Put a map, follow it religiously. Document whatever you wanted. Measure, are you doing what you wanted? Are you keeping yourself right? And record. Everything else will fall into place. You should have an alignment. Manas, Vichas, Kayas. Your thoughts, words, and action. When you have an alignment, you have an extraordinary life. You can have positive thoughts and speak negative things. You can't speak negative things and do positive action and expect great results. You should have positive thoughts, speak positive words, do positive action to have an extraordinary life. Maintain an alignment. Know your limitations. There are 8 key areas in your life. Health, money, contribution. Contribution means charity, or the other way in which you're contributing to life. Like the way now I am teaching you something just out of goodwill. This is my way of contribution. Each one of you will have your own way of contribution. Career, happiness, the way you spend your time, your personal goals, and your relationship. Now ask yourself, how will you rate yourself out of 10 in the place of your health? How healthy do you think you are? If you're obese, or if you're not having something in your mind, if you have eosinophilia, those are not the ways where you say that you're not unhealthy. Unhealthy is a state of mind, or the way in which you feel you're fat. People who are like, I'm not in a perfect weight, but I never see it as a drawback within me. I'm happy the way I am. So this means that I feel I'm healthy. So healthy is knowing yourself better, accepting yourself. So how healthy are you? Do you think you have the money you have in life? Remember, you can be satisfied with earning 10,000 rupees a month and be completely dissatisfied with earning 1 lakh a month. I have been there and I know it. Money is a satisfaction and money is not the currency that we are getting. Contribution. Do you think you're giving back? Do you think you're making others happy? Do you think you're adding your weight to the universe other than just yourself? This can mean just feeding a street dog, providing charity, or adding some value to someone's life. And then your career. Are you where you wanted to be? Are you happy in your career? And then happiness in life. How truly happy are you? Without any, you don't need everything to be 100% right in order to be happy. You just need to be happy. So, how happy are you? Time. Do you always feel you don't have enough time, or how do you feel? How positive you feel with your time? Your personal goals. Do you have personal goals? If yes, how fulfilling or how energized you feel when you see them? Your relationship. Your relationship can be any damn thing. It can be again with your spouse, with your parents, your friends, your someone whom you love, or any. You don't need to define a relationship. You just need another person or another anything. Like you can even have a very fulfilling relationship and still live by yourself along with your pet dog. It just depends on you. So rank yourself in all these 8 key areas on how are you. Out of 80, fill up. What is it? Now, whatever you think, if you say that you do not have or you are not comfortable with any of these areas, write down. Let me also share for an example what I have written down. I am unable to manage time right. I am spending more time between firefighting and not something that will add value to my life. My goals are just in the plan and not executed. I haven't been consistent with my habits. I don't feel I'm giving enough love to my parents. My anger and stress doesn't come out right. I am very egoistic. My health is taking a toll because of lack of physical activity and balanced diet. I am spending more money than I earn. That's a negative. I am not contributing enough. So, now when I say these are my drawbacks, I again write out what I think should be changing. My parents and partner would be proud because I will inspire a million people around me. My entire family life will change. I will be loving. I'll show them that I love them. I will no longer hide my emotions. I will be encouraging and supportive. I'll make everybody around me happy and I'll ensure that I live a fulfilled life. Now, write your pain and pleasure. Minimum 5 things. What will you lose if you don't achieve all of these? The things that you have in your mind, your vision. What will you lose if you don't achieve? And what will you gain when you achieve? For example, what I've written is, I lose my dreams. I will lose my weight, the reason I wanted to live extraordinary life. I will lose my feeling of satisfaction when I don't achieve this. But if I achieve, I will gain power, money, luxury, satisfaction, and more than anything, of freedom. So now when you know all of this, create your vision. Here are questions that will help you to create your vision. Number 1, which aspect to focus on? What do you want from life? What are your goals? Once you achieve these goals, how will you feel? What difference do all of these bring for yourself? When you fully tap into your potential, what will you be doing? How do you visualize yourself 6 months from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Now you're 3 years ahead of now. How are you feeling? How does your lifestyle look like? How does your life look like? Who are you? What do other people think about you? Or in other words, if public life isn't in your priority, what do you think about yourself? Why achieving the goal is important for you now? And now, once you have all of it, ask yourself this one question. pause the podcast or go back to it, read through all of these questions, write it down. And now, once you wrote all of it down, ask this question. Why have you not achieved it yet? Why? So, when you have all of this, here you have something. Only when you aspire, you see beyond the surface. See, it's like a dragonfly or a fly mouth. So before a butterfly goes into its cocoon, it knows a cocoon is dark. I want to be there for so long. But let me be a worm itself. I can be happy. I can just crawl. I just see the surface. This is who I am. I stick with the leaves and all. But not every fly moth actually, or not every worm thinks that. And it just takes it off. Once it breaks its own potential, it says, damn it, I'm definitely going to do it now. And it starts building its cocoon. And once it starts building its cocoon, it rests there. It releases every pain it has been through. It releases every limiting thought it is own. It meditates. In a word, it just spends time with itself inside the cocoon. And when it opens up, it becomes a butterfly. Now it goes back to the other people or the other worms in there and tells, hey, don't be afraid of it. Just go for it. You can be a butterfly when it's over. But the worms don't recognize because they don't know the way they will be after they go into the cocoon. So just they say, hey, here is another insect. Go away. We don't need you. That's when the butterfly realizes, oh, okay, maybe their time hasn't come yet. And if the butterfly had thought, oh my god, I lost all my friends, or when I'm here, they don't know me, how will I go? That's when it realizes there are other butterflies there welcoming it to a beautiful garden. A garden where the caterpillar is not allowed because it eats the leaves. So if you think you're afraid of place where you are in, don't be. Every level of your life, every paradigm brings you new friends. New friends who will make you a better version of yourself. And trust me, you will easily move on. Influence, impact, and change lives, either yours or people around you. Because when you want to become a butterfly, you do become one. There are a lot of environments around you like we discussed. But there are 4 things that you really need to take care of. Your social environment, where you go forward to achieve, to pursue excellence and to connect. Your economical environment, your money mindset and what personal balance you have with money. Your educational environment, which is your learning mindset, your academical mindset and things that you wanted to grow. And finally, the religious mindset, the beliefs that you have and the conversation you had, both in the past and with yourself. Trust me, you can change. And everybody needs change. The only thing that doesn't change is a dead body. Humans always change. So don't just live physically and die mentally. Change. Because everyone is safe, everything is okay, and your inner child just wants to know that it's safe. Because if it knows it's safe, it will definitely go along. I am important to myself. And in my space, I think in my own paradigm, I am what I am. My thoughts are what makes me. Practice makes permanence and excellence is a habit. So I'm going to be myself inside out. Just ask yourself, if tomorrow there is a deal that's been offered to you, a 10 crore deal, will you appear in the same way that you are right now? If you're procrastinating, if you're not being okay, if you're being very average, if you're binge watching. Binge watching is not wrong when you do it consciously, when you make a decision to do it. But when it happens unconsciously, mindlessly scrolling on Instagram is not right for you. It's not healthy for you. But when you think, I want to spend some time on Instagram and then you do it, that's okay. You make a conscious decisions. And whatever decisions you make, you suffer the consequences or you enjoy the outcomes of that. But make a conscious decision. So tomorrow if you're getting that $100 billion deal, will you be the same person today? No, right? So what makes you think you don't deserve the best version of yourself right now? Be at level 10 energy no matter what, because your life is too short for you to keep cribbing. Your life is too short for you to think that you need to be your best self. You really need to be your best self. Trust me, life is all about the game of energy. When you change your energy, it radiates to everything. Like just imagine you walk into a room that's boring, people are very jobless, and then you start dancing. What do? They all start dancing with you. Or at least they vibe to it, they clap, they increase their energy. That's exactly how it works. The evolution of energy. Being a better version of yourself. What makes a survivor and makes a creator is not the person, it's the decisions they make. Every thought you have is a question. It's up to you whether you answer it or not. Be a survivor. Be a creator. Don't just be a survivor. Be extraordinary. Have future-based thinking. Ask yourself, if you think, instead of thinking that you don't have enough money, think, how can I get the money? Instead of saying, I don't know this, see, how can I know this? Instead of thinking, my family is not cooperating, think, how can I get them to cooperate? See, it's all on you. It's all on you. You always can change things. You always can change people. People are just a result of varied thought processes, different perspectives put together. Maybe if you think your current version is not enough to change them, or if it is not making a change on them, enhance your version. Be a better version of yourself. Not a better version according to them, but according to you. Because at the end of the day, according to you is the only according to that you should really care about. Trust me, a housefly can fly a lot of distance. But when you put a fly on your table, put a glass tumbler over it, no matter how much it knocks, it can't get over the tumbler because it's trapped. The tumbler is your inner thoughts, it's your belief system. It's what you think of yourself. So don't put a tumbler over the fly. It can't go beyond that. Remove your invisible tumbler so that you can become a creator in your professional, personal, every other life. Make a conscious shift, an automatic transition that you think will help your future self be a better version. There can be a lot of traumas within you. You might have trauma of rejection, assumption, trust issues, people pleaser. You might feel betrayal, so you might have trouble reorganizing. You have trouble expressing, managing your emotions. You might fear abundance because you were abandoned before. You think that you're missing out something, you fear of being alone. You think you need to build all of it on your own. You feel a trauma of injustice, energy drain, unproductive, no enthusiasm. But trust me, every trauma response have these 4 symptoms. One is fight. Fight is where you have anger outburst, you feel controlling or you control. You become a narcissist or you attract narcissists in your life. You become a bully or you get bullied. And you have sudden explosion of all of this. The second is you fight or run. This is nothing but you become workaholic, overthink, you have anxiety, panic, fear. It becomes difficult to sit still. You always have something to do. Or you freeze. Freeze is your third trauma response. You have difficulty in making a situation or you're taking a decision. You always seek perfection. You're stuck or you're isolated. You feel a lack of attachment. You always have a wall around you. You become a fawn. Fawn is nothing but people pleaser. You don't know who you are. You don't have boundaries. You're overwhelmed. All of it. Listen, introvertism is a trauma response. We are all born to be happy, born to express. But things you go through in childhood make you an introvert. Sometimes people think I don't have good fluency in language. But trust me, the way I speak English, it's not because of the knowledge I have about English. It's because of the thoughts that flow freely. I stutter, I stammer. I have it as an issue within me. But now I do not. Because now I know that stutter or stammer is not something that's a drawback. It's something that I have in my mind. And when I believe for myself I do not have it, and even if something messes out, it's okay and I can definitely go behind it. That's when it all goes up, okay? Your body tells you what's on your mind. None of us are logical human beings. We are all biological. Humans are biological. And trust me, there is nothing called an external divine. You are divine. Your energy is divine. I'll tell you what this divine or religious things are. We all have 5 states, okay? 5 states of energy or vibration. Beta, alpha, theta, delta and gamma. Beta is your alert state, the state that you and me are in right now. Alpha is your relaxed state. When you sleep, that's your relaxed state. That's an alpha. Theta is where you're programming. Right now, many of you are in theta state. You're rewiring your brain. You're listening to what I say and you're thinking, okay, you're right. This is a perspective. This is theta. Delta is when you go deep into your consciousness. Meditation or real deep sleep. And finally, gamma. Gamma is where you focus and it flows. Right now, sometimes I feel I'm in a gamma state because I don't stress hard. I just let go of things and I know that because of my higher vibrations and the way that I do things consistently, I will get what I want. So gamma is your state of mastery in work. When you are in gamma, you become the co-creator of universe. You become who you wanted to be. So all of these, if you think it's spiritual, no, it's not. Your brain, your mind has autonomous nervous system, ANS. So the way it works is, every thought you get in your mind is passed through your nervous system. Through your nervous system, there are a lot of things called neurotransmitters. If you ask me in a biological form what it is, you have a hormone called neuropeptide. So I'm just using easy words because you can understand it easier. So from the neurotransmitter, it understands your thought and it registers into a neuroreceiver. From a transmitter, it is receiving. So this receiver registers the intention. So this kind of changes is in the atoms. Atoms are bound by energy, the atomic force. Now you know atoms combine to molecules. Molecule becomes cells. Cell becomes tissues. And tissue becomes organ becomes systems. And different systems together. Digestive, circulatory, respiratory, neuro, reproductive, a lot of other systems. They become a being. And humans together form the universe. So there are two things. Microcosm and a macrocosm. That's what the cosmos is formed about. Microcosm is you. Things within you. Your energy, the wave, the vibration. Whatever language I speak, when I'm subtle, it makes you realize certain things. But when I say something with total energy, you feel something else. You understand something else. You vibrate in a different way. This is energy. This is vibration. This within me is my microcosm. The micro universe that I have just for me. The second is a macrocosm. Macrocosm is the air, water, fire, space. It's the external. So your mind and your body together form the energy. Mind has 99.9% of the energy. Sometimes you walk into a room and you feel drained. You feel tired. In a class you feel bored when your lecturer gives you a lecture because they are vibrating in a lower energy. You don't feel that. But sometimes you feel very enthusiastic when a teacher just walks in. That's the energy that they carry. It's the energy. And trust me, mind has a lot to do this than anything else. So, by transforming yourself, by changing yourself, you bring a transformation. You can bring in a transformation around you just by actions. You're limitless, your thoughts are limitless. And when you're ready, when you elevate your energy, if you think you don't get any opportunities, you don't see things right, no worries. It's okay. That's not wrong. Because when you're ready, you get opportunities. The universe knows when you're ready. When your vibrations are in order. So the universe sends you the feeling, sends you the emotion, sends you the opportunity. Once you're ready, you see all sorts of opportunity. All sorts of it. You really do it. Because your potential energy, your thoughts is limitless. And this translates to one thing, kinetic energy, your body. Your body gets ignited, you send out those vibrations. And that transforms to mechanical energy and the results. You don't wait for people to validate you. You validate yourself and the rest of them do. When you think you're beautiful, you get a lot of messages. When you think you're obsessing over something around you, people don't think you're beautiful. It's as simple as this. When you don't think you deserve something, what makes you feel others think you deserve it? If you don't love yourself, you will never find someone who loves you enough. But when you start loving yourself, when you start treating yourself with self-respect, everything else follows. This is where we say, change yourself, give yourself the attention you deserve, and everything else will fall in place. You might have seen a lot of instances where people don't take enough care of themselves and they actually get a lot of things And they don't look pleasing because they don't take care of their skin, they don't take care of their hair, they are not neat. It's not pleasing, nobody likes them. But when you do, when you take care to check upon yourself, doesn't mean you should wear makeup. Trust me, real glow doesn't come from makeup, it comes from within. And people, no matter what they say, they don't get attracted to makeup. They get attracted to who you are, the energy you radiate. They kind of, if you glow from inside, your skin reflects that. Your dark circles disappear. You become glowing. When the blood flow increases, you naturally glow. Your face shows it up. You become, if you want to become fair, your energy flow will increase your complexion. So everything is connected, guys. Everything is connected. Work on your potential energy. Put things into motion. And only when you put things into motion, an external force comes in and an action gets started. That's the law of universe. You create your universe. You create your energy. My interpretation of universe is my life. I am powerful. I am the universe. I create myself and my universe. I create everything I dream of. I am powerful. I am everything I want. Be full of energy. Be full of ambition. If you think what I'm telling is Gyan, read the law of thermodynamics. It's physics, but trust me, you will get the same message. Now, there are two things within ourselves. So earlier I told you there are three things to deal with negative thoughts. Two is prevention, two is cure, one is prevention. I told you the two cures, but I didn't tell you the prevention. The prevention is this: left nostril breathing. Sit in a relaxed state. Close your right nostril with your finger and breathe in, breathe out. Only through your left nostril. Do this for 7 times a day. 7 times whenever you feel anxious or whenever you feel something is wrong. I'll tell you why you need to do the left nostril and not your right nostril. This is again connected. Your left nostril is your sympathetic nervous system. Your left nostril is your parasympathetic nervous system. Your right nostril is your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is an elephant. It's a warrior. Like if you're in Hindu and if you believe it, it's like Arjunan. It fights. It's powerful, lots of energy. It always keeps fighting. No matter what, it fights. It focuses on obstacles. Kills the obstacles, does it? But trust me, as a human, you don't need to fight always. You don't need to challenge people. You don't need to keep fighting. You don't need to keep hustling. You're not a human fighting. You're a human being. And the one on your left, the parasympathetic nervous system, is a monk. It's like Krishna. It's very calm, more focused. It's focused on the flow. It plans, it creates. It is relaxed, calm, and regenerates. It heals. And this state has a higher level of dose. Dose is nothing but dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. It's solution focused, and specifically this is in the theta and gamma state. It explores and sends to the future the higher energy. So it's calm. And when your left nostril breathing is activated, you tend to be more calm and you tend to let go of things that you think it's higher, and it doesn't fight always. So do not focus on the energy you do not want. Focus on the energy what you want. Do not think, I don't want to be negative. Think, I want to be more positive. You can't achieve positivity by thinking to eliminate negativity all the time. You don't think of eliminate the garbage. You don't think of garbage at all. You just think of keeping your place clean. That's it. You deserve the most. See, all of us human beings are Ferraris. And when you have a Ferrari car, you don't service it in your door next door service station. You don't treat it like a Toyota. You treat it like a damn Ferrari it is. Do it the same way. You are your own Ferrari. Whenever you feel there is a negative thought, whenever you feel there is something that's troubling, address it. Because if a volcano is cemented, it causes an underground explosion. And that underground explosion is not just in volcano, it's even in thru. When you have an anger and when you don't address it, it explodes in your relationship, it explodes in your health. All autoimmune disorders is because of that. And sometimes you don't know that you're angry, but you kind of spoil the mood with your spouse. It happens because if you're not happy with yourself, it affects your relationships and your health. Understand, if someone is angry at you or if someone yells at you, it's not always about you. It's their reality. They are not in the right mindset. So understand people's reality, and sometimes you can also influence it. I've seen a lot of occurrences when my partner seems to be in a different mind state, and I can just transform his mental state just by speaking the right way. This happens with your parents, with your family, with all of them around. Because everybody has their own reality and you always can influence it. Before influencing, one thing you need to do right is create a top angle and understand what it's all about. You are not powerless. You are acting powerless. So every time, understand that this is it and react according to it. Do not overload yourself with a lot of thoughts. It's okay. It's completely okay. Breathe, let go. Because you can't eliminate the event. Whatever happened, you can't eliminate. Whatever is going to happen, you can't eliminate. But the way you react is all on you. If you put some salt inside a water in a tumbler and you stir it and then you drink it, it's extremely salty. But if you take the same amount of salt and put it in a river and then you take water from river and you drink it, it's not salty. Because the water inside the tumbler retains the salt. It doesn't change, but the river is always flowing. The part you put the salt flows. Just like that, even in our life, our day passes. But when you cling on to that salt in the water, it keeps there within the tumbler. But once you be a river, once you keep flowing, once you have a positive mindset, once you walk into your future without holding something, you flow, you change. Don't be a cup on the table. Be a river that grows. Life is a present. Your past is history and your future is a mystery. So live with your present, which is your gift. So if you think about, or if you're skeptical about the kind of energy that you have, let's actually do this, okay? Let's actually do an experiment. This video, you can also find it in your Instagram. In my Instagram, sorry. I put a reel immediately after this class about electromagnetic force, how to understand the electromagnetic force. But now I understand that I should tell you again. Put your hands in front, both the hands extended, rub your palms together. Keep rubbing it, keep rubbing it, rub. Keep rubbing it, keep rubbing it. Do it for 15 seconds, okay? Keep rubbing it. You might find the heat. You might find that it's getting warm. You might even find heat. Now, just stop it and try pulling it away. Not too much, but just a little. Just a 1 centimeter gap. Do you feel that your palms are pulling closer? Do you feel that there is a vibe in there? That's your electromagnetic force. Every human has electromagnetic force. You just need to realize it. Also, every incident happens twice. Once in your mind, once in your reality. Let's also understand this. Put both your hands in front and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Do it as I say. Stand up. Put both your hands in front. Close your eyes. In your right hand, I'm putting in 10 helium balloons. In your left hand, I'm putting in 10 bricks. 10 helium balloons on the right, 10 bricks in the left. 10 helium balloons on the right, 10 bricks in the left. 10 helium balloons on the right, 10 bricks in the left. I'm putting you 10 helium balloons on the right, 10 bricks in your left. 10 bricks in your left hand. I'm putting in 10 bricks in your left hand and 10 helium balloons on your right. I'm keeping 10 helium balloons on your right, 10 big helium balloons on your right and 10 bricks on your left. 10 heavy bricks on your left and 10 light helium balloons on your right. I'm putting in 10 helium balloons on your right and 10 bricks on your left. 10 bricks on your left and 10 helium balloons on your right. Is it heavy? Are the bricks heavy for you? Open your eyes. Can you feel that? You felt pain in your left hand and your right hand did not feel pain at all. Understand? You neither did have bricks, you neither did have helium balloons. But your mind put this thought in your head, and now you can feel the pain. This is exactly what happens with your life. You are breaking free. Break yourself free. Any pain, any fear can actually evaporate. It can go. But it can go only when you let it go. If you keep handling over it, you keep hanging over it, it wouldn't go. So, you need to be aware of what it is, what you should let go. So this is there with every pain that you realize. If you are in physical pain, do this mantra. For example, you actually say, I recognize this pain in my hand. I recognize this pain in my hand. If your pain, whichever part of your body your pain is, for any physical pain, close your eyes and say, I recognize this pain in my hand. I recognize this pain in my hand. I recognize this pain in my hand. I recognize my need for this pain in my hand. I recognize the need for this pain in my hand. I recognize this need for the pain in my hand. I recognize my resistance to let go of my need for this pain in my hand. I recognize my resistance to let go of this need for the pain in my hand. I recognize my resistance to let go of my need for this pain in my hand. Open your eyes. Do this 3 times a day with full mind, with full focus, and trust me, any physical pain will evaporate. Same for your emotional pain. I recognize my feeling of not being enough. I recognize my feeling of not being enough. I recognize my fear of this feeling of not being enough. I recognize my need for this feeling of not being enough. I recognize my resistance to let go of my fear of not being enough. Each mantra 3 times. Chant it every day. I recognize my fear 3 times. I recognize my need for fear 3 times. I recognize my resistance to let go of my need for fear 3 times. Trust me, you're educating your mind that this is just a fear and you can let it go. And trust me, it does go. You will receive everything you want in life. Whatever success you want to have, whatever success you think you should have. Know that you are right. The pathway that you're knowing, are you owning it? You know a lot of things, but are you putting it into action? Learn from those ahead of you. Teach those who are behind you. Anything you speak in a stage, your stage is just for 30 minutes. But to reach that stage, you need to work for 30 days or 30 months. If you always keep working based on your past, it's not something. Come to a phase where your past life looks like someone else. If someone says, hey, you're not this, you're changed, tell them, yeah, that's a past self, I'm not that anymore. Artificial intelligence works based on past patterns. You're not, you're a human. In a world of changes, you can be a butterfly. Be one. You just shouldn't think, you need to put it in action. And you just should not keep doing all the ways. You need to be, you need to live your life. You're a human being, not a human doing. Become that person who is worth that 100 billion deal. Do it right from where you are. Change your thoughts, change your mind. Put it back into action. Learning is 20% technical and 80% personal development. If you learn a lot and if you don't implement, what is it for? Don't create excuses because you don't need them. What you need is a willpower to take action because you're not a survivor, you're a creator. When you own your mistakes, when you realize, when you accept it, you become a creator. When you vibrate at lower frequency, people might take advantage of you. You attract people in lower frequency. People who cheat, people who do unethical things, people who blame you, people who don't care for you. But when you elevate your vibrations, you meet different butterflies who vibrate at different levels. A butterfly doesn't think like a worm. So you can either be a worm or a victim, or you can be a butterfly and a champion. How long do you want to keep looking at the worms and think this is not you? Don't you think you want to change and be a butterfly? Any event you might think it's right or wrong depending upon what your perspective is. But just because you think it's wrong doesn't mean it's wrong. When you're whole and happy, when you're complete, you don't hurt people. Because hurt people hurt people. Those who are already hurt, they keep hurting people. When you're not hurt, you don't hurt people. Recognize yourself. You always have the money, you always have the time, you always have the support. More than everything, you always have the skill. Let me tell you something, a story from the Hindu mythology. There is this day when Balram and Krishna went to the forest and they both tried to take a nap. So Balram and Krishna said, when you sleep, I will stay awake and guard. When I am asleep, you take care of it. Let's take turns for the whole night. They both agreed. That is when Krishna was sleeping and Balram was guarding, Krishna told Balram, if you need something, just call me once, I will be there. But Balram said, no, I can take care of myself. He said, okay, I completely agree with that and I know you can do it. And Krishna slept. At that time, there came a demon. The demon was there. And Balram said, oh my god, a demon. The demon grew in size. It says, oh my god, a demon. And it grew in size. The demon growled and Balram was afraid. Every time Balram was afraid, the demon grew bigger and bigger and bigger. Then it keeps growling and Balram was afraid. He was crying. He didn't know what to do. He was afraid. And every time he was afraid, every time the fear came in, the demon grew bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And at one point, Balram fainted. And that was when Krishna awoke. He saw this big demon in front of him and he asked, what do you want? The demon shrunk. Krishna asked him, what do you want? The demon was growling, and for every loud sound, Krishna asked him one question. What do you want? And every time he asked, what do you want? What do you want? The demon shrunk and it became the size of the ant. And then that's when Balram woke up and he said, oh Krishna, thank God you're awake. Did you see there was a big demon? I don't know what to do. Where is it? Is it hiding somewhere? And Krishna took that ant in front of him and asked, is this what you're talking about? And Balram said, oh my God, Krishna, how did it happen? That's when Krishna said, this is the difference between the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system that keeps fighting. And the parasympathetic nervous system, that is the monk. That's why you need to do left nostril breathing. And Krishna told Balaram, these demons are your problems. If you keep running away from it or if you're afraid of it, you give that problem a power it does not have. You give it a power to create an impact on yourself. You give the problem a power to handle you. And that's when it gets bigger. But if you just close your eyes and see and ask your problem, what do you want? So what? You're here, so what? What next? How do I come out? Every problem becomes just another situation that you should cross. You will never feel the need to be angry. And trust me, it's easier said than done. You also need to do another thing. Every time, whenever you do, your life is like a house in the highway. A lot of things are going on a highway, right? Sometimes accidents, sometimes people go in high speed and all of it. And in your home, if everything is neat and clean and there is one door that faces the highway and it's open, what happens? The dust comes in, unwanted people come in, and they come into your house and get you cluttered. Even if you keep every other door closed and if one door is open, it clutters the entire house. This is exactly what you have. Your addiction, your bad habits, the cheap dopamine that you give yourself. When you say you procrastinate, when you care more about what other people think, you're keeping the door open, letting other people or letting other events in your life bring in disturbance or bring in dust within you. Ask yourself, are you breeding your own insects? If you say yes, take charge, identify which door is open and clean yourself. If your mind is a champion and if your habits are still in the survivor mode, you can't do it. Ask yourself questions. If you're this far in this podcast, you really deserve it. Just DM me asking for the self-analysis questionnaire. It's free. I'll send you a detailed PDF which will give you a set of questions that you can answer. The more yeses you have, those are the open doors that you have in your life. You can close it. Trust me. You just need to DM me and ask for a PDF which I'll be sending you. Just say send me the PDF from the podcast and I'll be able to send it to you. As a kid, you wanted a lot of it. You always wanted to be a hero in your story. And one thing that you really need to understand is no one is a hero, no one is a loser, no one is a clown, no one is a scapegoat. We play all the roles together. And being a hero depends completely on yourself. A hero in one life can be a villain on someone else's life. So just be you. That's okay. The world will adjust. You are a stock, a high-performing stock in the market. So invest in yourself. Create your own value. Understand yourself. Understand who you are. Whatever limit you break, when you break that, you get the next stage of success. And when you're in the next stage of success, such problems comes in and you need to break that obstacles to scale faster. But trust me, you will always break your obstacle. It will always go. Life is not just a valley or a road. It's not even a trampoline. You don't always go up low. No. Once you go lower and once you hit the trampoline, go up higher, you hold a rope and you just keep climbing. You don't come down. Flip the narrative. Find out which door is open through a highway and clean it. You all can do it. Follow one goal with commitment. Merge your materialistic, your spiritual thoughts. Keep it in place. And you know you can fit all of it. Manifest your life. Your mind is a combination of two things, your brain and the way in which you think. So get your spiritual and the materialistic blueprint right and check it. As humans, we all have 7 chakras. The crown chakra, the Agya chakra, the throat chakra, heart chakra, solar chakra, sacral chakra and the root chakra. Every chakra shows different energies and these are present within our DNA. You can change it. Your thought influences your DNA and it changes your whole life. Have you heard that when a mother is pregnant and the thoughts they have, if the pregnancy journey is very depressing, the child has a lot of insecurities because thoughts are reflected in your DNA. But you know what the good thing is? All of it can be cured. If your mom had a difficult pregnancy and now here you are and you say, this is because of that I can't cure it, that's wrong. You can cure anything you have in life only when you understand what it is. And like I said, these are notes from a class that I attended and I do not have all of the things that needs to be curing you, but I do have the chakra guide and also the PDF that I told I'll be sending you. So send me a DM, I'll send you the PDF, understand what your self-analysis points are. I'll also send you the PDF for the chakra so that you can understand which chakra has an issue in you, or not an issue, just a friction. You just need to oil it enough to keep it running. And today, thank you so much for taking nearly a hour's time more than a hour's time to receive it, to receive all these thoughts. Because I'm anyway going to pass on the energy and thoughts, and I'm sure I'll be doing the right thing for me, for the people around me, for my family, to my partner, to everybody around me, to you who are listening to, and definitely to the next generation. Because I'm a butterfly and I won't shy away from flying higher and higher, and I'll definitely not shy away from taking my tribe along with me. Thank you so much for investing this time. I feel today is going to be a great start, and today you will be influenced by this. Have a great day. You are a champion. You can get what you want, and you will get what you want. Every problem is there to get you better, and until you realize, it keeps poking you. If someone says something and you hurt, it doesn't mean they are hurting you. It just means you have a belief within you that's a trauma that's unhealed. Not everybody, someone looks at me and says, you don't look beautiful. I just think, okay, they don't have good eyes. But There's another person who already thinks they are fat or they are not good, they don't have a good complexion, they don't have this, they don't have that. And if someone says they're not beautiful, it immediately impacts them. So the impact is not in the world, it's not in the word that I'm not beautiful or you're not beautiful. It's in the belief that you carry. Carry the right beliefs for yourself, and that's where you change all of it. You can't change what comes at you, but you can definitely attract the right things that comes to you, and you can definitely attract the way you react to it. Analyze your thought, analyze your emotions, because your emotions never lie, and you always have a root cause for something. You're growing through it because you have a lesson. You get this life, you listen to this, you make all these conscious choices because today in this journey of growth you wanted it. And trust me, this is to make you a better person. You might not have grasped everything that you learned from this podcast. You might not have taken everything that you wanted, but whatever you wanted will always stay with you. And trust me, whatever stays with you is exactly what you want in life. No more, no less. Nothing in life is a coincidence, and I think you got it here. So with this, I am signing off, wishing you a happy day and a great life with a transforming champion that you are. Thank you.